So I had to drive like an hour and a half this morning in traffic to get to a medical appointment, and then the traffic home was even worse. So, I mean, I feel like I've driven half the morning already. And I'm flipping through the radio stations. I'm not one of these guys that just sits on one station all the time. That's what they got the little push button for on the steering wheel. Click, 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 click. There isn't a Sirius channel I don't have programmed. Click, 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 click. Of course, then I come across ESPN and we're doing the World Cup play-by-play. Is there anything more boring than soccer play-by-play? I mean, seriously, how does look, I don't understand how anybody watches soccer on TV, okay? But how do you listen to soccer play-by-play on the radio? I mean, it's worse than listening to hockey. There's not even any fights to break up the doldrums. I don't get it, but, far be it from me to be critical of World Cup soccer. Okay, let's get moving here. Oh, by the way, last night, I'm telling you, I mentioned a couple days ago about how, as handicappers, gamblers, players, we're all superstitious. It doesn't matter. Generally, I do not like to be made aware of how my play is doing on any given night until later in the game. That's just always been one of my little pet peeves. Don't tell me how I'm doing early, because early doesn't matter. Because don't ruin it for me. Either have me down 11 runs early, or at least have me find out what the final score is after the final strike is called, okay? But I'm flipping through the channels last night, desperately trying to avoid anything with the World Cup, and it's going through the sports tier on my cable system, and of course ESPN2 pops up. And right there, at like 7:03 Eastern Time, I see Jose Reyes going deep on the very first pitch of the game from Tanaka, the Yankees last night. Now, of course, I had the Yankees last night as a run dog released, and I'm down 1-0 after one pitch. Doesn't make you have that warm, cuddly, warm, fuzzy feeling. You know what I mean? But there you go. Yankees, 6 hits on the night. They win it 3-1. Thank you, Brett Gardner, for starting to come back with that 2-run homer. Mark Teixeira driving in the go-ahead run as far as I'm concerned, and the Yankees pay off as a $1.20 dog. Some of you may have even gotten the Yankees as a $1.25 last night. And that's how you get the breaks sometimes. And I'll be the first one to say, and I've said it many, many times over the years, that when the breaks are going against you, you don't think any break will ever go your way. You don't think anything will ever possibly come out of it good or positive when you have a bet on a game. But more often than not, I think over the long haul, the breaks inevitably go in your favor, whether it's luck, whether it's good fortune, whether it's good karma. Hey, it doesn't matter. All I know is the damn Yankees won last night, and that's all I cared about. Hey, this, of course, going to be your Wednesday video report. Let's talk about some of the handicappers here. First of all, if you happen to get Brad Wilton's 59 play yesterday, which was a total selection, which was canceled because the Arizona pitcher changed last night. FYI, if you haven't figured it out already, customer service early this morning already put his 59 play today in your account. Now, if you didn't get it, he's going for 59 winner number 6 in a row, and 14 out of 17 is AL East total of the month. The Yankees Blue Jays over under. He's made $10 bettors over $12,000 since last July. Is that a nice 11.5-month run? You get it for $7.77 using Wilton 777. And the $9 payday payout for the second day in a row. I'm turning to Trace Adams. Normally a 1,000-star play is his top-rated selection, and he won his third straight, in fact, to end the betting week on Monday with Milwaukee over Arizona. Well, last night he raised the bar. 1,500-star interleague game of the year and cashed in with the Washington Nationals. Today he's doing again. Raised the bar 1,500-star NL Central game of the year. Reds and Pirates. It goes at 7:05 Eastern Time. And for the second straight day, you get his play for just $9 by using coupon code TRACE9. TRACE9. FYI, in all sports, over the past 5 weeks, $1 bettors have won $6,800. In baseball alone since last season, they've won $19,775. Remember, that's, minus the losses, minus the VIG. That is a net profit number. Any of the numbers I give you here are always net, minus the losses, minus the VIG. So Trace has certainly been on a nice run. Now, if you happen to be watching one of this video at a site that Trace isn't on, just contact customer service and they'll point you in the right direction. So anyway, we move forward here. Oh, the bad news yesterday, Gabriel DuPont did lose his 100-dime winner number 4 out of 5 and second in 2 days as the Indians got crushed by the Angels last night. But, hey, he was in a position to go for it. He pressed, and you can't blame him for that. I think that's how you, as I always say, you make little bank rolls, mushroom into big bank rolls. And the fact is, $10 bettors are still up over $4,000 the past 5 weeks. Hell, they're up over $2,300 over the past 2.5 weeks. Let's get to your complimentary plays. I'm going to take a look at the game between Seattle and San Diego. Padres, worst offense in the major leagues. I mean, they have lost 8 of their last 9. Hell, how about this for you? They have lost 12 of their last 15 games, okay? And in those 12 losses, they've scored a total of 15 runs. 3-12 in their last 15 games, and in those dozen losses, they've scored a total of 15 runs. But the under in this game is not the way to go tonight. No, the way to go is with Seattle. This is another one of those home and home, 2-2 home and home series where the Mariners, after sweeping the past 2 nights at home, now arrive at Petco Park, and that will not bother Felix Hernandez, who is a ridiculously cheap price here this evening. He's 4-1 with a 1.34 earned run average in his last 6 starts. The Mariners have won 7 of his last 8 starts. He's won each of his last 4 road starts. In fact, on the road this year, his ERA 2.14. Oh, and by the way, he's pitching at a park tonight, Petco, which is pitcher-friendly, and that's a lot of P's in that one clause, don't you think? Too much alliteration. But at Petco Park, lifetime and 6 career starts, he's 5-0 with a 1.54 earned run average. And he's taking on a team that's anemic offensively. Now, Andrew Cashner is 0-5 in his last 7 starts with a 3.29 earned run average. If you go back even further, in his last 17 starts, he has an ERA, which is sparkling. I mean, it's 1.82. He's 4-8 in those starts. Why? Because the Padres are averaging 2.29 runs in those last 17 starts for him. So, Mariners won 6-1 last night. They won 5-1 on Monday night. They've won 3 in a row since snapping a 5-game skid. They've won 8 of their last 10 on the road. I'm going to go with the Mariners here tonight. As I said, it's a cheap road favorite. I just can't resist. Your other play tonight, I gave you the Dodgers on the run line yesterday, and I was quite lucky that the Dodgers came up with a late run to win 4-2 with Zach Greinke on the hill, and they cashed in as a 120 to 130 dog last night. I'm going to go with the Dodgers again on the run line here tonight. This time they're plus $1.10 on the run line, okay? Clayton Kershaw. He looks like the Clayton Kershaw of the last couple of years, which means he's dominant again. His last 3 starts, he's won them all. He's allowed 4 runs and 15 hits over 20 innings, but more impressively, 1 walk in those 3 starts. 25 strikeouts in those 3 starts. And again, that's in 20 innings of work. At home, he has always dominated the Rockies, 5-2 with a 1.58 earned run average and 10 career home starts against Colorado. And the Rockies in those 10 games have batted 195. Now, you know, Colorado was hitting the hell out of the ball when they swept through. Well, they didn't sweep through San Francisco, but when they rolled through San Francisco, no. I'm sorry, they did sweep San Francisco because the Giants' bullpen collapsed in each of those games. But hey, listen. You know, the last 2 nights, the bottom line is they've scored a total of 3 runs after scoring like 48 runs in their previous 7 games. So the Dodgers pitchers have certainly put them in reverse. You know what the amazing thing is here, guys? The Dodgers have not swept a home series since late last August. But they are 4-1 on their current homestand. And I'm going to go with them here tonight against George De La Rosa, who has a 4.66 earned run average in 7 road starts, and he left his last start against San Francisco after 3 innings with a back injury. Says it's nothing major. I'm sorry. When the pitcher leaves in a start early because of a back injury and says prior to his next start, oh, it's no big deal, that's a red flag to me. So he's got a 5.87 earned run average in his last 3 starts anyway. So I'm going to go with the Dodgers on the run line. And then again, your other free pick is going to be the Seattle Mariners. And that'll do it, guys. Best of luck. And I will catch you again on Wednesday when we'll inevitably discuss that fascinating World Cup soccer tournament once more.